Hey guys, welcome to today's video. We're gonna create a full face just using concealer, no foundation. Check it out. Alright you guys, let's get started. So have you ever wondered what it'd be like to just use concealer and not use any foundation? I decided one day I was going to try that out, and I was just kind of playing around at first thinking, I'm just going to kind of conceal under my eyes and just kind of spot conceal, maybe throw in a little powder and go out the door. And then I started kind of playing around. I was like, oh, maybe I'll just kind of contour a little bit with the darker shade. And I use the Born This Way multi-purpose Too Faced concealer, and I was just pleasantly surprised that it turned out really beautiful. And when I went out and did my errands, I got a ton of compliments, and this one lady was like, oh, your skin, it looks so beautiful and flawless. What do you do? And I was like, oh, you know, I do makeup videos. And she's like, oh my God, I want to watch your channel. I want to learn how to do that. And I thought, you know what, that would be a really great video to do, would be to just show my moms out there or my ladies of more mature skin that don't have the time or the patience or desire to really want to do like a full beat of makeup, that don't want to use foundation, that want to stick to more powders or just like one or two products. Now I used some other products as I started applying my makeup, as far as like powders and I'm putting lashes on and stuff like that. And that is stuff you don't have to do. Highlighter, blush, all those things are just preference. And I included it in the video for my girls out there that want to kind of create more of this look, but you can stop at any point, or you can just say, okay, you know what? I like how she did this, but I want to scale back on that, and just kind of create your own, you know, desirable makeup look. But for me, this is what I like. But I was like, I can't believe I can literally just use concealer and not use any foundation for the most part, unless I was going for like a special occasion. I have been wearing this look more often than not for like my everyday look. So I thought, you know what, might as well do a video on it. So I hope you guys enjoy this. And if you want to see how I created this, then keep on watching. So I already put the green concealer on, and that's just like camouflaging. I use the Benai one. I love this one. This is my favorite one. It has kind of like a milky green. I didn't do all this because it takes a little bit of time, and I really want to do the full face on camera because this is kind of my natural go-to look. And I want to show you guys that you literally could just use concealer and have a pretty natural look. It looks really good. So, and I get so many compliments when I do this look, and I don't even use any foundation. I literally only use these two products, Born This Way and Born This Way, sorry. Duh. I use Born This Way Light Beige and then Born This Way Chestnut. And this is to contour and conceal and pretty much just give you a full beat. It's pretty amazing. And all you need is like a flat kabuki brush. You really don't need much more than that. You can use a beauty blender, or you can use the Tarte blender. Where is my beauty blender? That would probably be good. I have it wrapped up in paper towels because when I wash it, I actually, before I use it, I wash it after I use it and I wash it before I use it because I just need an extra clean blender. And lately I've been using the Dial antibacterial soap, and it has made such a difference. My face is really cleared up. I just have a couple active breakouts, but other than that, I have had pretty good skin lately, so I've cross my fingers. So if you guys want me to do a video on how I green conceal those hyperpigmentation areas or dark acne scars and stuff like that, let me know. Comment below. You guys don't comment and you don't let me know. So tell me if you want to see that. And also please remember to subscribe to my channel and set that notification bell because I do upload every week and I don't want you guys to miss a video. All right, you guys, let's get started. So we're going to just start off with the concealer, and we're going to do the light where I want to highlight and then the dark where I want to contour. So a really simple look. So all I'm using is this, especially since it's really dry right now, this is a phenomenal way to conceal, to give you that coverage, but not like have your skin peel or over dry it. And I think that's the problem with a lot of the concealers right now, is they just don't have enough of that. I am actually going to mix some of the Hourglass because there is some good ingredients in this one as well, just to give me a little bit more coverage under the eye. All right, here we go. So I'm just gonna start with the under eye area, and then we are gonna use more powders today. So that's what's gonna give me that little extra coverage. So normally, like I would do the concealer routine, I'm just gonna do that as normal. And I just have a gloss on right now. I just love, like, not gloss, but like that Jouer lip, just like it's almost like a clear gloss type thing. And then I'm just gonna put some right here, and then just draw that and draw that. That's why you want to go with a skin tone color and not go too light on the concealer, because that's going to totally defeat the purpose. And really what we're doing is we're just literally using this almost like our foundation, just kind of where the laugh lines are. Sorry if I cover up, I'm trying not to. All right, and that's it. That's it. But really, that's all we're using. We're not even using any foundation. And then we're going to do the, actually, you know what? Let's do this first. And then we'll take the Milk Cosmetic flat brush. Any kind of flat kabuki brush will work, so don't worry about that. And then this is kind of the way I've been doing my concealer anyway. Like I have, and I'll just go on the eyelid because I'm just doing a very natural look. Even when I do like a full glam look, this is the way I've been doing my concealer, because I just found that it works so much better. I absolutely love doing it this way. And see how I'm just like literally pouncing it into the skin, almost like I would a beauty blender. I'm not like rubbing it. Don't rub it, because that's when you get streaks. You can do that on your eyelid, but don't do it like right here. So that's all I'm doing. Just literally keeping it right there. Wherever I put the concealer is where I'm keeping it. I might have put a little too much on the bottom there. That's okay. We're gonna take that with the Beauty Blender because we don't need that much coverage. Remember, the Beauty Blender is good for like taking away some of the product. So I already did my eyebrows too, you guys. Sorry, I forgot to tell you that. So really, like my laugh lines, that's where I really want to place some right there. I'm going to place some where my little forehead wrinkles are that I eventually need to de-virginize myself and get some Botox. Okay, so that's it as far as like, that's where I really want the coverage to be. Now I'm going to take my Beauty Blender, because now I want to start lifting off some of that product. So I don't want a lot of coverage right there, right here. I don't need any coverage right here. So I really want to keep that kind of more natural. Okay, take my natural with a grain of salt. Don't go, oh my gosh, Christy, that's not natural. Okay, it's natural for me, okay? For a beauty guru, it's natural for me. See how the Beauty Blender kind of just starts lifting some of that, and it'll just make it kind of just blend into the skin, where using the brush is really going to deposit that pigment into the skin. So under the eye, over like an active blemish, that's where I want to keep this brush pouncing, or like some acne scars right here. Like that's where I want to keep that pigment going. So I will not go over that area. I have some hyperpigmentation area right there, so I'm going to just dot that. But yeah, that's where I definitely don't want to take the Beauty Blender. But see how like literally it looks like I put foundation on, and that's all I did. So I'm just gonna take this right here, just kind of make sure like right here I don't have too many like, what do you call it? Too much product there. So I'm just literally just taking that Beauty Blender, and you can do any side, you can do this side, it doesn't matter what side you do. And really, I don't want a lot of product on my forehead. I really want to keep that more kind of glowy, as glowy as I can get it. So look at that, you guys. See how healthy that looks? It just, It looks so, so beautiful. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my Charlotte Tilbury. I forgot to tell you guys, I do use this as well, just to kind of give it a little bit more of that glowy look, because I kind of mattified it with the concealer. We're gonna take some of that, and actually I don't even feel like I need to go in with my Hourglass today. Sometimes I do and sometimes I don't. You know, it just depends. But I'm just gonna take that right here, just kind of like where I wanna look dewy. And I love this Airbrush Hollywood Flawless Finish. I think that's what it's called. I'll show it right there. I love this stuff for just very natural days. And I'm gonna actually take that more on the forehead, a little bit on the nose. Sorry. Trying not to cover up. I know. A little bit on the chin, where the sun would typically hit my skin. So I can't go too far down because I have some lovely new little blemishes there, so I have to kind of keep that right there. And then I'm gonna take my Sigma. I'm gonna take a different brush because I don't want any like highlighted type products on that concealer brush. And you don't have to, you can use the same brush if you want to clean it or if you don't care. I just get weird about stuff like that. And then I'm just gonna take that, I'm trying to do it so you guys can see me, and just make sure the forehead gets in there. And just blend this product out a little bit. But see how that just kind of gave it like a nice, beautiful, like healthy glow. It's really pretty. So another product you can use, and I actually just got the little baby size of it, is the new Tarte Shape Tape. I think it's called Glow. I don't know, Shape Tape. Yeah, Glow Wand. I'll show it right there. That stuff is amazing for the price point. So the Charlotte Tilbury is quite expensive, but this Tarte Shape Tape Glow Wand is not as badly priced. It's actually a little bit better. Here, I'll just put it on just so you guys can kind of see what this one looks like as well. So I'll put the color right there. I don't know what color I got, and it's so tiny. And then I just picked the color online because I wanted to see if it would even work. But see how that just kind of does that same kind of concept where it just kind of gives it that nice, healthy glow in that area where you would want it. So like the forehead, the nose, and then the chin. So I better do this side so it matches. But I really love this color too. It actually worked out really perfect. I was a little scared at first. I was like, uh-oh, I don't know if that color is gonna match, because you can't correlate it to the Shape Tape that you use, the normal Shape Tape. So it's not the same colors. And it's a totally different product, even though it's called Shape Tape. So don't go using that product thinking it's like Shape Tape concealer, because it's gonna have a more healthy glow and not like that coverage or that pigmentation you get from Tarte Shape Tape. So keep that in mind. I think a lot of people went in thinking, oh, it's another Shape Tape. It's just not as drying maybe, but it's not like that at all. So I am gonna take that milk brush that I was using with the light beige Too Faced concealer, and I'm just gonna make sure that in that little area that I had a little active breakout that it's not peeping through. So sometimes I do that. But that's it, you guys, as far as like the base makeup. That's it. I wouldn't do more than that. And then just obviously we'll fix the eyelids in just a second when we set it. I'm not really doing any eyeshadow today, so I'm gonna show you kind of a way to do it without having to use too many powders. So now this is where my Chestnut comes in. Same product, just a different color. And we're going to put this one on the back of my hand. Now, you can go in and dot, but let me tell you, this product, a little goes a long, long way, and it could get really messy. So my recommendation is to dot that on your hand, and literally that's all I'm using. That's it, you guys. That's all, okay? And I'll probably do a little bit more as I build, maybe, but honestly, like, that's it. And then I'm gonna use my IT Cosmetics Heavenly, I think it's number 7 brush. I love this for this particular look. And then I'm actually gonna go in with the smaller side. I'm gonna rub it around my hand, warm it up, and then I'm just gonna go like this, like that. just to start the contour and where I want it to go. Actually, that wasn't enough product, sorry. I gotta go in a little bit more. That was being a little too wishful thinking. All right, so now we're gonna do actually, you know what? Let's set it in with this brush first, because I feel like, actually, I take that back. We're not gonna use the Heavenly one, because I think I found that I really actually like blending it better with these stippling type brushes, and this is just a Morphe 436. Just these stippling dual fiber type brushes give you a much better blend. So because we're doing more of a natural look, we don't want that contour to be too much. So I think this is a better brush to do that. Now, if I was going in for like, or even like afterwards and kind of blending it a little bit more, I would use that one. So let's actually go with this one. I forgot this is the one actually I've been using. See how that just kind of deposits some of that. Ooh, that's kind of heavy actually. So, I mean, yes, it's gonna look a little crazy right now, but just wait. Now I'm gonna take that Heavenly brush and now I'm just gonna blend it. Blend, 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 like this. It's all about blending. See how that just kind of took out that harsh line right there? So that's why I like this one to actually go in and blend. And it just kind of brings back that color, but adds that, remember we didn't put any of that lighter color in that area right here. We literally just did it right here and right here. So now we're putting in a little coverage right there. That's the good thing about using concealer or even foundation. I also like my RCMA is a really good one as well, and that's like a foundation. But because I really want it, I'm having such dry skin issues right now, my best bet is to go with something that has like coconut water in it that is actually going to help hydrate that area. But see how that just literally gave it just a nice, beautiful, and we're gonna go here and just kind of fix that up a little bit in a second, but that's just kind of the starting point. All right, here we go. Boom, boom, boom. So yes, looks a little crazy at first. Don't worry about that. We're going to blend it out now. Now I have a blemish right there, so I have to be a little more careful on this side because I don't want it to like accentuate it. See how I'm just kind of stippling it in there like this? If I start moving it, that's when it's gonna move everything else. So we don't wanna do that. We wanna just make sure we stipple it. Make sure your hair doesn't get in the way either. That's why I'm actually gonna go back over with the Hourglass one in a second. I'm gonna show you guys just to keep that highlighted area going. I'm gonna do that, but it's coming along. I love this look. It's so easy because I'm literally not using any foundation. I'm literally just using concealer. And it's just a good alternative. I mean, even if you were going somewhere nice, you really could get away. And then whatever is excess, because I don't really need it on my forehead, but whatever is excess on the brush, I kind of take on my forehead a little bit like that. And you can totally use the Tarte blender for all this too. So that's another way to do it and just use one product. I need to do that video where I literally just do the whole face again with that blender. I should have done it on this look. Oh well, too late. But see how that just gave it like just literally the nicest, healthiest glow where it's still natural. I mean, at first you probably looked at it and went, okay, that you said you weren't gonna put that much on. But you kind of have to deposit the color in there to really like give it life, you know, and then you can blend it out. So I'm just gonna go a little bit more right there. Just a little bit more to the like that cheekbone area and then just blend it out again. And again, you can literally stop where you want. You could have even done less than this if you wanted to. So always remember that. And then I'm gonna go a little bit on the jawline. I'm actually going to take a little bit more. Okay, I'm gonna put it on the back of my hand again. And I'm going to take my Tarte blender now and it's kind of dirty. I didn't clean it last night. Sorry guys. All right, and then I'm gonna take this corner right here and I'm just gonna go like that, rub it around, and then I'm just gonna go on the jawline. I really love using this for that purpose. Like right here, I feel like this Tarte blender really does a good job on that jawline. And then just bring it down. See how it just gives it in a very natural way. Just like that. And we're just kind of creating a little bit of a base right there. And then I'm just gonna go in and just blend it like that. Look at that, you guys. How easy was that? Okay, now I'm just gonna take a little bit of the Hourglass concealer, and you don't have to, you can even go back in with that same color, that light beige, you can do that. But I just like a little bit more of a highlight right here. So I'm just gonna actually just place that right there. A little bit more on my nose there too. Okay, and then I'm going to take that Milk Cosmetic brush again and just go in and really just kind of dab that into the skin. Again, I'm not using a beauty blender. Did you guys notice that? I'm literally just using this brush pretty much for the whole concealer foundation lighter portion. Not the contour, but the lighter portion. Like that. See how that looks, you guys? It's just so healthy. Kind of cleans up that contour area a little bit. Just brightened up my under eyes a little bit more, and it's a really good trick for those of us who have more, how should I say this? More mature skin. Then I just take that Tarte blender and just blend it all together. See, look at that. Look how healthy that looks. And then I'll clean up this area with powder, and that's it, you guys. As far as like liquid products, that's all I use. So just these 3 products mainly, and then the Hourglass concealer if you wanted to. That's an extra step, but literally just these 3 products. No foundation, that was all concealer. How incredible is that? I cannot believe that I can create the kind of look I'm looking for with just that. Okay, so now that we're done with the foundation part, we're just gonna go in with the powders, because as far as like my nose contour, and that's something you can totally skip, I would do that with powder because I really want to honestly just kind of try to keep it as natural as possible. So I'm just gonna go in with the powder portion. I really don't need much more because I feel like I got enough coverage. So right now I'm just gonna set, but I'm gonna set with something that I feel will give me just that little bit of extra assurance that if anything moves, that I still have something to kind of lock it in, especially, and if you don't have any imperfections, you have perfect skin, you can totally skip this step. If I can get this open, that would be amazing. This is the Aquasurance J.Cat Natural. I absolutely love this powder. You guys know it's always in my favorites every year. It's such a good product. Now, I'm going to take the Tarte blender and try to find a somewhat clean side. Actually, you know what? To set my under eyes, let's go in with my Bobbi Brown. This time, I like the Makeup Forever one. I did a video on that, but for this particular look, I wanted to try to keep it as natural as possible. So I'm going to do something more sheer and lightweight, and this is just a really good way to set your under eyes without giving it too much. All right, so I'm just gonna go in there and just kind of set very lightly, very lightly, because we don't want too many powders. And don't worry about the eye area, I'll clean that up in a second. But we're not putting too many powders on, so we don't want to use too much of that. And you don't want to use this one because it will oxidize that under eye area. So don't use, because this is going to be more my skin tone color. And if I put this under my eye, it would start oxidizing that concealer and it will look a hot mess. So go for something lighter, whether it's a peach base, a yellow base, whatever you prefer, or just translucent, but never go in with your skin color and cover that up unless you're using a concealer that's literally the same color as your foundation. Or let's just say you just used foundation, you didn't even use concealer, then you can do that. But you typically want that under eye area to be just a tad bit lighter. You don't have to go as light as us beauty influencers go, but you definitely do want to go just a little bit lighter, especially if you have mature skin, because it really is going to make you look younger and more vibrant. And it's just going to brighten that area up a little bit. So do you see how natural that Bobbi Brown one is? So it's not going to give you as much cover as like the Makeup Forever powder or any kind of foundation powder, because this is just a sheer finishing powder, but it is very pretty, and we had enough coverage from the concealers, so I'm not worried about that. But make sure it's always like you have those creases with the concealer out before you go in with powder. I should have done that, but that's okay. This blender is really good about just still blending it pretty good. That's why I really like this Tarte blender, because I feel like it has really like solved some of my issues I was having with some of my other applicators. And you guys know I love my Morphe sponge, I love my beauty blender, but sometimes it just doesn't cooperate with me. And I feel like this blender always cooperates with me, which is good. I mean, I still am not a fan of applying my foundation with it, but I do really like the way it just blends stuff. I just feel like it is a perfect way to do that. And it doesn't like lift product, it doesn't make product crack, it doesn't move around the product. So I just truly, truly appreciate that. Okay, so now that we're done setting our under eye, we're just gonna take this natural J.Cat Aquasurance, and we're just gonna use a brush for this technique. And I'm just gonna use the other milk brush. You can use any type of fluffy powdered brush, it doesn't matter. And I'm just gonna take a little bit of that and just kind of dot it right here. I'm not really like using this for coverage. I'm just using it for just that little extra insurance policy. That's how I say it, insurance policy. Just like that. And this one you can kind of go more like this, because we're kind of creating that little bit of a line there. Just like that. And again, I don't want too much on my forehead, so I'm just going to kind of stay away from that area. But just like that. See? Look at how pretty that looks, you guys. It's just a very natural look. As you can tell, I barely used any of that. I mean, just a little bit. A little bit goes a long way. And $13.99, you can't go wrong. I mean, $13.99 and what, $5? That's crazy insane for a primer and a powder, foundation powder. Because I love the Makeup Forever one. It is really good, and it is really good at blurring. And if I was going somewhere nice, I probably would do this one a little bit more, but honestly, you can totally get away. This is like, what, $40, and this is $13.99, so it's a huge difference. Huge difference. All right, so now that we're done with that, we're just going to do the bronzer, and that's pretty much it. I am gonna just take a little bit of my Hourglass setting powder, just a smidge of it, and just kind of cut underneath there for a second while we're doing the bronzer. Yeah, I want to do that first. Sorry, I had to gather my thoughts a little, figure out what I wanted to do. And I'm not going to do too much of this powder. I'm just going to do a little bit. The good thing about Hourglass powder, as I always say, because you guys know I'm such a huge fan of this powder, is that literally it's so finely milled and so melts into your skin. It does not give you that powdery finish. So you can be a little bit more generous on your face, and it barely, I feel like, makes a huge difference. So, which is good. I want it to not make that much of a difference. And just like that. So I'm not doing too much. Just a little bit, because I still like that look of the kind of that cut. No matter what, I still like it. I like it on my nose, and I like it on my cheeks. All right, so just like this. I said just a little bit, and I go heavy on it. Well, heavier than you probably would want to do it. Just like that. See, I just like it how it still just kind of goes whoosh. And then I'll take that right there. Just a little bit of that powder just through the laugh lines, that area right there. Not too much on my forehead. Just like where I would feel like makeup would crease. A little bit more under the eye area, doesn't hurt. Just like that. Easy breezy. Easy breezy. All right. Now what you could do is take just for a little bit more airbrush look. You could take the Charlotte Tilbury and you literally could have not even used the Aquasurance and just went in with the Charlotte Tilbury if you have like flawless skin, and just go like this. And it just kind of airbrushes everything like that. Just a little bit, not too much. But see how that just whoosh, just makes, I mean, Charlotte Tilbury just makes everything perfect. That is so crazy good. Okay, let's work on the nose and let's get these eyelids. See, let's make sure we get all these creases out of the eyelids from the concealer. See how that concealer can totally crease up if you don't set it. That's why it's so important if you put any kind of concealer on your lids that you set it. I forgot to show you what I was gonna tell you. If you didn't want to use powder, this is another good trick to do, is take that liquid Chestnut concealer right here. This is why I did my priming off camera and moisturizing, because I knew it was going to take a little bit longer. And I'm going to take that opposite side of the IT Cosmetics number 7 brush. I remember I used this one to do the contouring right there. I'm going to take the opposite side, kind of roll it around the back of my hand, warm it up a little bit. And what you could do, and I didn't put any powder on my lids yet, is just kind of stamp it in there, just like that. Just as if I was gonna do a eyeshadow, like how I would do like my Hoola bronzer. This is almost gonna look like you have eyeshadow on. And then just bring it in like right here, start that nose contour, kind of go up in my brows a little bit. See how that just blends like a flippin' dream? How amazing is that? I put a little bit more on this side on accident. All right. Here, sorry you guys, here, and just blending it just like that. See how easy that was? And then I just kind of take the big side a little bit. You're not trying to be all perfect with it. And then just take your beauty blender and then just blend it. And look at that. It almost looks like I put eyeshadow on, and I literally just used concealer for that. How amazing is that? That's pretty cool. I'm excited for it. I don't know if you are, but I am. What you could do is like, I'll take like my NARS creamy concealer, the pot one, and then I'll take like just a flat concealer brush and then just go over the lid space area right here, just to kind of give it a little bit more dimension. And then maybe just pop a little bit underneath my brow. I'm gonna blend that out more in just a second, but I just place it with this. So you're just cutting out like that crease area, almost like doing a cut crease, just like that. Okay, and then just take your blender and blend it in. See how that just created that beautiful like dimension right there? Kind of gave you more of an eyelid space area. And then you can go back in with that brush and just kind of make sure you bring that color back in. As you can tell, I didn't put any excess product on there, but I'm just kind of making sure that crease is back there. And again, start that nose contour going so everything ties in together. But you can also stipple it in to give it a little bit more color. But yeah, easy breezy, right? So easy. But you do want to make sure to set that, because look a hot mess if you don't set it. So I can go back in with my Bobbi Brown. Okay, we'll just set the lid with that. Take any kind of like flat brush on the back and make sure that we don't go over the dark area though. We just want to go over the light area, and then maybe around the brow bone area, just the light area right here, just right here. Because if we go over the brown, then we're covering up the contour color, just like that. See how easy that was, you guys? Like so easy. And then just kind of blend like that. And then what I would do is when I take my nose contour and finish up, then I'll kind of set that little area with my Hoola bronzer. So we're going to take the Hoola bronzer now. And we're just gonna take this Morphe R39, or R14, sorry, and we're gonna kind of go over that powdered area But since I already did the contour, I don't have to go in with as a defined of a brush. I can use more of a fluffier brush and just go right there. And just make sure that we kind of set that concealer where we did it, the liquid part. So I don't have to use as much. There's nothing left on the brush, I'm just blending. So just making sure we set that contour. So perfect, that was all you needed. Now we're gonna go in, and this is totally an optional step. You do not have to do this. Not everybody is into contouring, so just skip it if you don't want to do it. But I'm gonna show it just in case some people want to do it. So I still like to do the nose, even if I'm doing a natural look, because I'm extra and I've accepted it. So let's do the nose right here. And I'm just gonna go a little bit lighter than I normally would. Okay, my kind of lighter. Not so strong. At least I try not to do it too strong. And then I just kind of brush it in like that. You can tell I'm actually even holding it lower on the brush because I really don't want to just do it too heavy. I'm just trying to match the other side right now. And this is a good way if you have any kind of a crooked nose. I don't have a crooked nose or a big nose. I just like to do it. It's just something I like to do. And then I'll take that side and I have no product on there and just push it in there. Really just blend it in. Nice and blendiful. Blendiful, like Tachi's blendiful. Blendiful. Okay, and just bring that into my brows. Really just starting to. And then what I'll do is I'm gonna take this Jaclyn Hill like fluffy brush. This is just a Morphe, really inexpensive. I don't know the number. It's her crease brush. I'm gonna take that, take the Hoola bronzer, and just kind of go over what we did that liquid contour. Just go over that just so there's no creasing there. And then bring that down, That's why I like this brush, because it's a little bit smaller, like thinner, so I can still kind of go down my nose with it too, where it's not too fluffy. Now I'm gonna take a fluffier brush, like my MAC 224, there's nothing on it, and just blend. Make sure there's no harsh lines, as I always say. Again, no product on there, just literally blending. See how easy that was? Like, just kind of gives you a little bit of structure if you want. Totally optional, as I said. But that's it, you guys. I mean, pretty much I would just do some blush at this point. So let's just get a blush brush. I'm actually gonna use, because I'm wearing pink right now, and I kind of do want to do more of a pinky color. I'm gonna use this Sigma one, and I want to show you guys that even though it's like a bubblegum pink, it really is a beautiful, like, just, I wore this when I wore this natural look. That's why I decided to go with this one. And that's when I got a lot of compliments. Sometimes these kind of bubblegum pinks can really do that. This one's called Nymphia, and it's their Aura Powder Face Powders. And their blushes. Sigma has really, you guys know I'm obsessed with their blushes, but they do have really good blushes too. So I'm gonna take my Morphe inexpensive brush and just see what we can do with this. All right, here we go. I'm just gonna I'm actually gonna go like this. Like that, see? Just very natural, but very pretty. I like to get a little sloppy with it. Sometimes placing it doesn't necessarily work for me. I forgot to put some bronzer on. I'm actually, for this look, only gonna go with some MAC Give Me Sun, because I just wanted to look a little bit less mattifying. So a little less mattifying. So I'm gonna take the other Morphe, and it's just any kind of bronzer brush works. And then I'm gonna go right here. Just around the perimeters of the face. See how this just gives it a nice, healthy glow? Okay, so I love the fact that this Give Me Sun just kind of gives me a little bit of that. I just got back from the Caribbean. Now I'm gonna go in with that blush again. And I forgot to do the bronzer. And then go in here, right here. See how that's just such a beautiful, just pinky, pretty look? And then I put a little bit on my nose, sometimes a little bit right here, sometimes it just depends on the day. But I really, really love these Sigma blushes. I'll put it right there, the price point. It is so good. I love that blush. It's so pretty, and it just goes good with my top today. All right, and today I'm actually gonna use my cookie highlighter from Benefit. So I put it in my Z palette, but that middle one right there, you guys know I'm a huge fan of the cookie highlighter. All right, and I'm actually gonna place it with my Blendiful. So let's go for the tip of that. And we're going to just take that on the back, a little bit there, and just a little bit on the nose. Sorry, a little bit on the nose, a little bit down the nose, a little bit on the Cupid's bow, and then just kind of make sure I don't put too much right here because I have a little bit of a blemish right there, which I never get blemishes right there, so that was weird that I got one right there. I think it was from a product I used. All right, a little bit on the chin. See how beautiful that cookie highlighter is? It's just like that perfect amount of highlight. Maybe it's a lot for some people, but it's a perfect amount of highlight for me. All right, let's do, where is my little brush? An inner corner highlight. So I'm just gonna take my Laura Mercier. You can do any kind of small, tiny, little teeny brush. I'm gonna take that cookie highlighter and just do a little bit on the inner corner. I cannot complete a look without my inner corner. It just is a must in my routine. A must. Put a little bit there, a little bit there. I went a little bit lighter with my brows today because I don't like them to be too harsh when I got some powder on them. When I'm doing a more natural look, I kind of want them to be a little bit softer than I normally would do them. I had to fix my brows a little because I got a little crazy with the concealer, I think. So that's pretty much it, you guys. I would pop on lashes, but you don't have to. I'm going to because that's who I am. But this is obviously a look that you can just literally go out the door. And I'm just gonna pop on some mascara real quick. And I'm gonna pop on some lashes off camera because you know I have to have my lashes, and then I'll come back. But this is a great mascara if you don't, my English accent, if you don't want to wear falsies, because I feel like it really defines these lashes, separates them and elongates them. This is the MAC. You guys know I always use this one. I don't know what's going on with that lash today. It's just not wanting to cooperate with me, but that's okay. But you could just do that and go out the door and it'll look pretty, or you can put some falsies on like I'm about to do. Let's see, what kind of falsies do I want to use today? We're gonna switch it up. I'm gonna use these Amy June Brissa ones. You guys know I'm a huge Amy June fan. I always wear my Eve ones. I love my Eve lashes. These are a little bit more tapered on the corner and then like a little bit more butterfly-y, I guess you can say. I don't know. A little more winged out looking. So I don't typically wear this type because to me this type really accentuates more like my almond shaped eyes, and I like to round out my eyes a little bit more. Just my preference, okay? That's just how I like it. So I don't typically wear this style as much, but I wanted something a little less intense than my Eves, so I'm gonna kind of play around with these. Just trying out different ones because I just love her lashes so much. I'm gonna cut them on the shorter side because I like the longer side. So as you can see right there, this is the longer side right here. I want to cut it right there. So I'm gonna cut, and these are, oops, these are my velour scissors. So I'm gonna actually measure them out really quick on my eye just to make sure. Actually, these are really pretty, you guys. So you're gonna measure them out. So you don't want it to be too much into the inner corner because that's when it starts to lift. So So I'm probably just gonna cut that little chunk off right there. Just a little bit. I don't like them too short either. That's just my preference though. Again, all preference. I am gonna cut off those little ends though. I don't like those little ends that they have on there, and all the lashes do it, so it's not just these particular ones. All right, so we just cut off that little end. I love these velour scissors because they just really are so perfect for cutting. And then what I like to do is kind of bend them like that. Just like that. I can do a whole separate tutorial on that. But again, you guys gotta comment below and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. Don't keep watching and not subscribe. All right, so why I cannot speak today. So while I am putting the glue on and letting that get tacky, I am going to cut the other side since we already did the mascara. And I totally forgot to spray my face again. My goodness, what is wrong with me? Okay, so the catch-22 of eyelashes is you want to put enough glue, but you also don't want to put too much glue, because, and what I like to do is while it's kind of still really wet, is I like to kind of play with it this way and then sometimes reverse it just to kind of get it nice and flexible and shaped to my eye. And always put them back, you guys, in the cases. Always put them back, because like this, because if you don't, they're not going to stay molded. So really be mindful of that. Actually, while I'm doing this, let me spray, because I totally forgot. I usually spray before my mascara. And remember, spraying is what gives you life back to your face. It's what's going to take away some of that powdered look. All right, and then I'm just gonna take that little bit of the chunk off. It's really hard sometimes to gauge, and I should have done, I usually wear my glasses when I do that part, so let's hope I didn't take off too much. All right, and then we're just gonna put that on there. The trick is to place it, let it get tacky and dry before you maneuver it around too much. Because if you try to maneuver it when it's still too wet, then it's literally gonna do what I just did. So the trick is to not play with it too much, let it get tacky, and then go back and kind of maneuver it around. Do the other eye and then go back in and start adjusting it a little bit when it's a little bit more on the tackier side. That's the hardest part about lashes, is trying to figure out what the right amount of time is to dry. So these lashes are actually really pretty. I think I could have gone a little bit shorter on this side. I think this side was perfect, but this side was a little too long. So that's another thing. So it will lift in the corner if it's too long. For me, I just like wearing lashes. It's just my thing. You don't have to though. It's totally up to you. And on this look, I'm actually not even gonna put mascara on the bottom. I'm just gonna keep it on the top, but I am gonna put some, because these are brand new lashes, to blend in the two. These Amy June lashes will last you a good, I'd say like 10 times. If you don't wear them that often, even more. So that's it. So I'm just gonna fix my hair a little bit and kind of give you my final thoughts. I'll be right back. All right, you guys, so this is the final look, and this is something that obviously could be a little bit more glammed up than the average person, but this is kind of my natural glam, and this is a look I did without any foundation. Any foundation, barely any like foundation powder either, if you really think about it. I literally only used concealer to create this look, and I highlighted a little bit with that Airbrush Hollywood, which is to me almost like a concealer. I mean, you can totally do it with the Tarte concealer too, the new glow one, but really all I worked with were these two products, and this was my light beige and my chestnut Born This Way Too Faced multi-coverage concealer. You guys, this concealer is phenomenal for really like, not many concealers. Like, I love my Shape Tape, Tarte Shape Tape, but I could not create this whole look with the Tarte Shape Tape. It would just be too thick, it would be too drying, it would not work. It only works for under the eye. I love that this product works for your entire face. And if you guys really saw the way I did it, I just stuck to the lighter color right here and then did the darker one right there, because the darker one's gonna cover up any imperfection areas right there and give me that coverage, where the lighter one's gonna place it where I want, where I'm not using too much product. So typically, if I did this look, I would do this plus foundation over this plus powder over that. So there's just multiple layers where it just starts to make your skin look not as real and not as healthy looking. But I get a ton of compliments when I wear my makeup like this. I do. I go out and people are like, oh my God, your skin is so pretty. What do you use? And all I'm doing is concealer. I'm like, why am I spending all this time on foundation when I can just wear a look like that? I mean, seriously, it is such a perfect everyday look. If I was going to a special occasion, would I do that? No, because I'm gonna be taking pictures. Not that they don't look good, they do, but it's just, you know, it's just, I don't know, there's something about that full coverage when you're going out on a nighttime glam look. But if it was like a daytime glam look, you totally could just get away with this. And honestly, if you had like flawless skin, if you're younger, even if you're older and you just have flawless skin, you can totally just wear this and all the time. It wouldn't matter. But for people with more mature skin or people with more imperfections on their skin, you know, sometimes we just like a little bit more coverage when we're going to special occasions. But for every day, I'm over 40, I'll be 42 and soon, very, very soon, within the next few weeks. So I like to just have that look where I can go from something more simple to something more glamorous. You know, I don't care what age you are. You can work anything as long as you do it the right way. But I hope you guys enjoyed that. I mean, I wanted to challenge myself one day when I did this look, like, I wonder what it'd be like to just use concealer. And honestly, I was like, I forgot I had my Born This Way because I always wear my Shape Tape. So when I took this out, and my mom had an extra one, when she passed away, I took all her makeup, and because typically we bought it together anyway, and I was like, you know what, I totally forgot I had that, and I had an extra one, and I already used up one of them because I'm like, I love this stuff. I got my cousin Tisha hooked on it too, hey girl, and my sister, and she loves it to this day. Ever since I did the video, and you could check out that video when I first reviewed this product, like I think 2 years ago or a year ago, and I was like, loved it. I was so in love with it, and then I totally forgot about it just because I just get into my habits of using Shape Tape and using other concealers like Jouer, and I do still like the Hourglass. You guys notice I did the video on this, so check out that review. I just did that at the beginning of this year, but I just get hooked on those products. But I just love the way this wears. I just think it's such a beautiful alternative to your typical foundations and foundation powders. And as you guys can tell, I barely used any foundation powder too. I just really stuck to this J.Cat Aquasurance. So I'm excited. Tell me if you want to see more videos like this, or if you have any other suggestions. Please remember to subscribe to my channel. Click that notification bell so you don't miss a video. Give this video a huge thumbs up, and I'll see you on the next. Thanks guys, bye.
You better turn up. You better be there when I shake. Watch me rockin' if I can't stop. If I should fall, just go ahead. Go